Welcome to my channel. My name is Miss Campbell and today I'm going to show you how to create beanbag letters just like this by using my Cricut Maker 3 everyday iron-on, which looks like this, and beanbags. So you could use the Cricut Joy or pretty much any other Cricut machine for this project. However, I will be showing you on my Cricut Maker 3. In one of the activities that I use with my students, we were practicing phonemic awareness, which is basically working on sounds when reading, and we were practicing digraphs. So a digraph is when two letters work together to make one sound. So S and H makes the sound sh. So I actually did not make all of the letters in the alphabet. I just created the letters for that specific set of words that we had. So today we're gonna go ahead and finish creating the rest of the letters. The first thing we wanna do is make sure that we have all of the tools that we need. So I have my crafting caddy here where I have my weeding tool and my scraper, all that stuff. And then we need a mat. So I'm just using a standard mat. This will work for everyday iron-on. Speaking of everyday iron-on, we're going to use blue everyday iron-on because we're going to use it on our yellow bean bags. The first thing I'm going to do is actually plug in my Cricut EasyPress Mini. I forgot to mention that we needed that as well. So I'm going to go ahead and plug it in so it could warm up while we're getting our material together. I'm going to peel off the protective layer. And I'm going to use the blue everyday iron-on. Make sure you put the shiny side down. So we're gonna put this down. And I like to put some of it down and then use my roller to make sure it's all the way down. This is actually called an applicator. Not a roller, but it rolls. So let's put on our Cricut machine. So I'm gonna just see how big I want it. So it's a 4x4. So make sure the letters are within a 4x4 range. Now I'm gonna show you how to create a design in Canva. So we go to create a design in the top right. And then I'm going to click on worksheet. These are just different sizes. You can pretty much pick any one you want. I'm just gonna go to the standard 8.5 by 11 and click that. Then I'm going to add my text. I always use the same text for my Cricut projects if it's going to be bold letters. So I'm going to select it. I'm not 100% sure on how to pronounce that font name, but I think it's like Fredoka 1. And so I'm just typing the letters that I need for the bean bags, and I'm dragging the corners out to make the letters bigger on the page. And if you see, there's like space in between it, but I don't want to do that. So I'm going to go there, top right, go to line spacing and remove that space so I can get the most out of my material. Then I go to download, which is in the top right. And as you can see where it says file type, it's already in PNG, and I'm selecting transparent background so that there's no background. So that white space will actually be negative space, and that will be helpful when we go into Cricut Design Space. So now we're going into Cricut Design Space, and I'm gonna go to New Project on the top right. And if you notice, I don't have any lines, also known as grid lines, on my Cricut space right here. So I'm going to go to settings, and then I'm going to go to full grid. That way I can make sure I have the size that I want. Because remember I said that it was supposed to be in between the 4x4 range. So then I'm uploading my image by going to upload image and browse. And then I have my Cricut beanbag PNG, open it there, select simple. And because we saved it with a transparent background, we don't have to get rid of any negative space. So then we can just go straight to cut image and add it to our canvas. So it's super big, so I'm just going to press Command minus on my keyboard so that I can make it a little bit smaller. and then, or zoom out, or you can just zoom out the bottom left too if you want, but I'm gonna drag this, and I need my letters to be in the 4x4 range. So I made it smaller, and now I'm going to go to the top right where it says make it, and I'm gonna click on matte for any material. If you notice, I am going to go to cancel because they're a little bit too big, and then I'm gonna make it a little bit smaller so that I could fit on the mat. So then again, click on matte for any material, and now it's in my 12x12 matte range. I click mirror because these are letters, and because they're iron on, we have to make sure the mirror option is selected. And so I'm gonna go to continue. Now it's connecting to my Maker 3 because I plugged it in, and I'm going to select my material, which is everyday iron on, and then it will prompt you to load your material, and that's what we will do now. We put our mat in here, and then we press load. And I'm not gonna fast forward it just because I want you to see how long it actually takes to cut. So we're only cutting 6 letters right now, so. So while it's cutting, be sure to like this video and subscribe to my channel. If you have any feedback at all, please drop it in the comment. If you have any requests, let me know. And so yeah, let's get this together. So we have 6 bean bags. Oh, we actually have 7. Okay, but that's okay. Okay, so it works pretty fast. The Cricut Maker 3 is the fastest Cricut machine that's out there. I've been crafting for a couple years now, but I've only taken it seriously the past maybe year and a half or so. I hope to make more of these videos and teach you how to make more crafts as well. All right, so once it's done cutting, we're going to unload the mat, and we can shut this because we don't need it anymore. I always like to pull my mat away so that the material doesn't get wrinkled like that. But if you're using cardstock, you definitely want to make sure you're pulling the mat away as opposed to taking the material off the mat like this, because it will get rolled and folded and just messed up. Okay, so anyways, now we're gonna remove the excess material by using our weeding tool and peeling off what we don't need. And this is the letter V. So now that we have our letter, we're going to get our bean bag ready by using the EasyPress and warming up the bean bag. It is on the hottest setting. I probably could have used the middle setting as far as how hot the EasyPress is, but I just used the hottest one. It didn't really make a huge difference, but I think that the beans that were inside of the bean bag were kind of getting stuck to the material, but it wasn't that bad. It didn't ruin it. So, but I would recommend probably just using the middle option on the EasyPress if you're making these bean bags. I believe these bean bags are made out of nylon. So as you can see, I am letting the V cool down before I peel off that clear protective layer, and then I'm gonna move on to the next letters. I'm just gonna repeat the same process of using my EasyPress to firmly add the letters on there, and then once they're on there, I'm going to let it cool down before I peel it off. Now that the V has cooled down, we can peel off the protective layer, and it comes off so easy and smooth. I was trying to take off the protective layer before it had time to cool down, and I was seeing that it wasn't fully pressed on, so I tried to let it sit a little bit, and that is actually how to get the letters really, really, really looking good. Okay, so I just flipped over this bean bag because that already had a Z on the other side, and I wanted to make sure that they're on there the correct way. And to double check again because sometimes I forget. So then again, we're gonna apply our EasyPress to make sure it is on there firmly. And now that our H cooled down, we can pull off the protective layer and it comes off so smooth, and I just love how it looks. And then let's see the Z. See, we didn't let the Z cool down that much, so we're gonna add the EasyPress again just to make sure it's fully on there. I could wait more, but me being impatient, I'm just peeling it off right now, and it also sticks, so yeah. Here is the double-sided V, and I had made my letters a little bit bigger when I did the other side. That's okay, it was an accident, but it doesn't really make a big difference. Now I'm just cutting the excess thread that's on there so they could be nice and neat. Here is how our letters turned out, and I think they look really, really good. We double-sided them so that they would be easier for us to use, and I can't wait to use them with my students. So if you have any questions, please leave them in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure you are subscribed to my channel, and I'll catch you in the next video.